So you've come to Bagan, land of 1,000 temples, or is it 2,000? Maybe more. Who's counting, really? You're here for the sunrise. That's what the internet, the guidebook, that bloke you met in the hostel bar all told you. You to see the sunrise. They neglect to mention the price of admission. It's not money, not directly anyway. It's your soul, or at least that precious, irreplaceable slice of it that exists only before 4 a.m. The alarm goes off. It's an ungodly hour, a time not meant for human consciousness, a time when only bakers and serial killers are usually awake. And now you, the intrepid traveler, willingly sacrificing REM sleep for a photo. Why do we do this to ourselves? Is it for the gram, for bragging rights, or is there some deeper, masochistic urge that travel unleashes? You fumble for your phone, the screen blinds you, 3:30 a.m., it mocks you. Back home, this is when you'd be stumbling in, not out. But here in the dusty plains of Myanmar, it's showtime, or pre-showtime. You drag your carcass out of bed. Each movement is a protest. Your joints creak. Your brain feels like it's been pickled in cheap whiskey. Which, come to think of it, it might have been last night. This is holiday, remember? Fun. The air outside your guest house is cool, deceptively so. It whispers promises of a gentle morning. Lies. All lies. Your chariot awaits, or more likely an e-bike with a battery life that's as questionable as your decision-making. Perhaps it's a wheezing taxi, its engine coughing like a lifelong smoker, or maybe a horse cart, charmingly rustic until you realize you're moving at the speed of continental drift. Whatever it is, it's your ticket to the temples. The ride itself is an experience. A bumpy, dusty, often terrifying ballet of near misses and blind faith. Headlights cut through the darkness, revealing fleeting glimpses of more darkness, and other equally insane tourists on their own questionable steeds. It's a silent, sleepy demolition derby. The roads, if you can call them that, are more suggestion than actual thoroughfare. Sandy tracks, potholed nightmares, you cling on for dear life, your teeth rattle, your fillings consider making a break for freedom. You pass shadowy figures, locals already up and about, probably wondering what madness possesses these foreigners. They've seen it all before, thousands of us, day after day, chasing the same fleeting moment. Are we a source of amusement, income, or just a bizarre, recurring phenomenon like the monsoon, only with more cameras and less practical clothing? Probably all three, if we're being honest. You arrive at one of the designated viewing temples, or more accurately, you join the throng converging upon it. It's like a pre-dawn rock festival, only quieter, and everyone's dressed in layers of mismatched fleece. There's a hushed anticipation in the air. Or maybe it's just collective exhaustion. You see them all, the serious photographers bristling with tripods and lenses the size of small cannons. They've been here for hours, probably, claiming their sacred turf, guarding it with silent, steely glares. Don't even think about accidentally nudging their gear. That's a declaration of war. Then there are the couples, huddled together for warmth, or maybe just to stop the other one from bailing and going back for more sleep. They whisper sweet nothings, or argue quietly about who forgot the extra battery for the camera. You see the solo travelers looking stoic or perhaps just lost in their own internal monologue of why am I doing this? And the tour groups, a shuffling, murmuring herd, guided by a weary-looking leader who's probably seen more Bagan sunrises than actual hot dinners. They stick together, a phalanx of matching sun hats and sensible shoes. The unspoken etiquette is fascinating. The careful spacing, the polite yet firm defense of one's chosen square foot of ancient brick, the subtle jockeying for a better angle as the sky begins to hint at color. Now comes the climb. Many of these temples weren't exactly designed with modern health and safety regulations in mind, or indeed with the clumsy, sleep-deprived tourist in mind. The steps are steep, uneven, worn smooth by centuries of bare feet and, more recently, by thousands of hiking boots. You're ascending in near total darkness, guided only by the feeble beam of your phone's torch, or the faint glow from the screen of the person in front of you. It's a slow, cautious procession. One hand on the ancient brickwork for balance, the other clutching your precious camera. You can hear the heavy breathing of your fellow climbers, the occasional muttered curse as someone stumbles, the encouraging whisper from a friend. It's an intimate experience in a slightly awkward, too close for comfort kind of way. You're all in this together, scaling this ancient monument like a line of determined ants. You wonder about the people who built this. Did they ever imagine hordes of pajama-clad foreigners clambering over their sacred structures before dawn? Probably not. They were likely more concerned with appeasing gods or kings, or just getting the darn thing built before the next rainy season. Reaching a suitable viewing platform feels like a minor victory. And so, you wait. This is the part they don't always show in the glossy travel brochures. The waiting. The sky, it turns out, is in no particular hurry. It lightens at its own pace. A glacial, almost imperceptible shift from inky black to deep indigo, then to a bruised purple. It's a slow tease, a drawn-out overture before the main event. You check your watch, then check it again. Has time stopped? Is this some kind of temporal anomaly, unique to Bagan before 6 a.m.? The photographers are poised, fingers hovering over shutters. The rest of us just shiver. The colors begin to bleed into the eastern horizon, faint streaks of orange, a whisper of pink. It's pretty, sure, in a subtle, understated kind of way. But is it wake up at 3 a.m., battle crowds, climb a crumbling temple in the dark pretty? The jury is still out. You can feel the collective will of the crowd, urging the sun to just get on with it. Come on, Saul, old boy. Places to go, breakfast to eat. We haven't got all day, or rather we do, but we'd prefer to spend it conscious and caffeinated, not squinting at a reluctant dawn. And then it happens. Or it starts to happen. A sliver of molten gold crests the horizon, just a tiny arc at first, but it's undeniably the sun. A collective sigh or maybe a gasp ripples through the crowd, cameras click in a sudden frenzy, phones are held aloft, screens glowing. This is it, the moment you've reluctantly dragged yourself out of bed for, the famed Bagan sunrise. The light begins to spill across the plains, painting the tops of the distant temples in shades of orange and gold. It's actually quite something. The balloons. Ah yes, the hot air balloons. Suddenly they're there, drifting silently, majestically into the frame, adding another layer to the already ridiculously picturesque scene. It's almost too perfect, like a postcard designed by a committee to extract maximum awe and tourist dollars. You can't deny it, though. The sight of those balloons, suspended between the ancient temples and the glowing sky, is pretty damn iconic. Even a cynical, sleep-deprived hack like me has to admit, it's got a certain je ne sais quoi. Or maybe it's just the relief that the waiting is finally over. The light changes quickly now, from fiery orange to soft gold, then to a brighter, harsher yellow. So these temples, thousands of them, dotted across the plains like a rash of very devout, very ambitious acne, built mostly between the 11th and 13th centuries. That's a lot of bricklaying, a lot of manpower, a lot of, well, whatever they used for motivation back then. Royal decree, religious fervor, fear of a nasty afterlife, probably a potent cocktail of all three. You look out over the landscape, now fully lit, and the sheer number is staggering. It's one thing to read about it, another to see it stretching to every horizon. An empire flexing its spiritual and architectural muscles. Each one apparently tells a story, a king's desire for merit, a queen's devotion. They say this place is spiritual, that gazing upon these ancient wonders, bathed in the golden light of dawn, can lead to profound insights, a sense of peace, maybe even a touch of enlightenment. I'm not so sure. Right now, my most profound insight is that I'm really hungry, and that my back aches from perching on a 1,000-year-old brick. Perhaps enlightenment is easier to achieve on a full stomach, and after a decent night's sleep. Or maybe I'm just not the target audience for spiritual epiphanies before breakfast. You see people trying though, sitting in lotus position, eyes closed, looking serene, or possibly just asleep. Good for them. If you can find your zen amidst the camera clicks, the chatter, and the distant rumble of tourist buses, then you're a better person than I am. For me, the spirituality of Bagan is more about the human effort. The climb down is often trickier than the ascent. Your legs are tired, your initial adrenaline, if there ever was any, has long since worn off. And now you can see just how precarious those ancient steps really are in the full light of day. Gravity, that relentless mistress, beckons. You take it slow, one careful step at a time. The crowd is thinning out now. The serious photographers are probably already back at their hotels downloading their gigabytes of golden hour glory. The rest of us, the mere mortals, are just trying to get back to ground level without breaking an ankle. Back on your e-bike or in your wheezing taxi, the world looks different, brighter, dustier. The magic of the pre-dawn has completely evaporated. Now it's just another hot, sunny day in Myanmar. The roads are bustling with actual life, school kids on bicycles, monks on their alms rounds, farmers heading to their fields. The normal, everyday rhythm of Bagan, which was temporarily suspended for our sunrise spectacle. You feel a bit like an intruder, a voyeur who's seen the place in its pajamas and is now awkwardly trying to make a swift exit before it's fully dressed. The primary objective now shifts.